It's Tuesday, January 7th. You're listening to Your Florida Daily. I'm Katrina Scales. Authorities in South Florida are investigating after the bodies of two people were found in the landing gear compartment of a plane Monday night at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. According to a spokesperson for JetBlue, the victims' bodies were discovered during a routine post-flight maintenance inspection. They say the victims were already dead when they were found. Flight radar data shows the flight arrived at 11 o'clock last night from New York. Authorities are looking into how they ended up into the landing gear compartment and the identities of the victims. The skies of Florida may be sunny, but travelers at airports around the state are feeling the effects of this year's first major snowstorm. The massive winter storm is slamming parts of the Midwest and Northeast, dropping the heaviest snowfall that some states have seen in decades. Travelers trying to leave Miami and Fort Lauderdale especially are seeing dozens of delays and cancellations to their northern destinations. It comes as many are headed home after the holidays, bringing passenger totals to near records for this time of year. Travel authorities say they expect the cancellations to continue and recommend anyone planning to travel to keep in touch with your airline directly. And after weeks of uncertainty, the Tampa Bay Rays are throwing their support behind a multi-million-dollar plan to fix Tropicana Field in time for the 2026 season opener. Hurricane Milton shredded the Trop's fabric roof to pieces when it came ashore in October, forcing the team to make plans to play at the New York Yankees' spring training home in nearby Tampa this year. The city of St. Petersburg must pay for the work under its contract with the Rays, a more than $55 million repair. The inside of the ballpark has extensive water and wind damage. St. Petersburg Mayor Ken Welch has said that the city's insurance and FEMA funds should cover the bulk of the cost. Some, though, are raising questions about the full repair, in part because the Trop would eventually be torn down to make way for a new $1.3 billion, 30,000-seat ballpark under current plans to keep the Rays in St. Pete for another 30 years, a contract that'll be partially financed by Pinellas County. Find these top stories along with breaking news, weather, and traffic all day on clickorlando.com. And now, a completely random Florida fact. The University of South Florida was the first major state university planned, built, and opened in the 20th century. The school was built on the site of Henderson Field, a World War II airfield. The school's first president was Dr. John S. Allen, an astronomer and former professor at the University of Florida. Allen and his successors helped to build a modern state university from the ground up, and it's now one of the state's top schools. And speaking of USF, I'll be chatting with Thomas Pluckhahn, professor of anthropology at the University of South Florida, live at 10:45 a.m., about his research into manatees and why they rarely show in Florida's archaeological history. Head over to clickorlando.com, the News 6 app, and YouTube. Just search WKMG. I'm Katrina Scales. Subscribe for new episodes of Your Florida Daily wherever you like to listen.